The following podcast contains mature subject matter, adult themes, and may also contain profanity. You have been warned.
Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome back to The Absurd, a podcast about things absurd, histories and mysteries and strange goings-on, things that are freaky, funny, and sometimes frightening.
Oh, wow, that was really good.
Thank you.
Still got sleep voice, so
I know.
that was great.
Yeah, that's Mel over there. Hi, Mel.
Hi.
So we're actually recording on a Sunday morning.
We are.
This week.
I'm not mad about it, actually.
Well, there's some things I like about it, but there was some things I hated about it, like
What?
getting up. You know?
I've been up since 7, so I'm good.
Oh, I was lying in bed going, okay, how many more minutes can I milk in this, of staying here? But to make it up, Mel brought me breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, it was good.
It was very
It
good.
was all the greasy goodness you want.
That's exactly it.
I had a sausage egg McMuffin and brown of hash.
Brown of hash.
You didn't have a hash brown, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how fast I ate it.
Yeah, well done, you. And coffee, of course.
Yes.
It's everything I wanted it to be.
But you ruined it
With my ketchup?
with your ketchup.
Yeah, usually I put the ketchup right on the McMuffin.
Ugh.
And I needed ketchup for my hash brown.
Ugh.
You don't like ketchup at all, eh?
Not really.
Weird. Have you thought of talking to anyone about it?
Oh, no, I'm good.
Really?
Maybe you should talk to someone about it.
Oh, I have. And they said, you just keep on being you. Yeah, so you've had a good weekend?
Yeah, so far.
No?
So far, I repainted my front door.
Cool.
So
About time.
exciting times.
People were talking about your front door. God, I wish you'd paint that stupid looking thing. Yeah, because you painted over the Hello Kitty you had on the door originally.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Good job. Good
yeah.
job. Oh, my. So, yeah, you have to go off to a hockey game this afternoon in Oakville, yes?
Yes.
After this, man, I have nothing.
Excellent.
God, you have
Glorious.
no idea.
Glorious.
Is it wrong to go to bed at like 7 p.m.?
No.
Really?
I was in bed at 8:30. Not sleeping.
Right. Oh, I often do that. Like, I'll go, and I know you shouldn't be on your phone or device right before bed.
But everybody does it.
No, I know, but it's bad, like, for your eye. It's not bad for your vision, but
Yeah.
it helps prevent you falling asleep. But I will often do that. I'll lie in bed, and I'll listen to a radio play.
Yeah.
And, play a game or read some news or whatever. And then just take my melatonin and drift to sleep.
That sounds awesome.
It is rather awesome.
I like to read. That's usually when I read it at nighttime. I try not to look at my phone, but sometimes it doesn't always happen that way.
Mm-hmm.
But then as soon as I pick up a book, I read like a page.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But anyways.
So you, we had a big goings on this week, eh?
Yeah,
With regards to the show.
Yeah.
Do you, Mel? She scored. She set it up, knocked it down.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a bit about that?
Sure.
Damn right.
Talking to a fellow podcaster. His name is Scott Fox, and you can find him on all the streaming platforms as well. And he's Scott Fox on Air. His show is called After 9 with Scott Fox. Sorry. I've been listening to Scott for, 20 years probably.
20 years?
Yeah.
Really?
So he used to be on 103.5 Toronto.
That's The Edge?
Z 103.5.
How dare they? Okay.
That's when I first heard some of his stuff, and I've just been listening to him ever since. He moved to 91.5 The Beat in Kitchener, and now he's since on his own and started up his own podcast. But yeah, it's been going great. So I've been chatting with him. He did an amazing shout out for us on one of his episodes. So that was amazing. So thank you very much.
Indeed.
So yeah, we want to give the favor back and suggest that everyone go listen to him.
Yeah.
He, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
He's Canadian,
Yeah.
Obvi, as all the kids say. He posts a podcast daily, and it's top news events, politics, pop culture, sports, and all the information you expect to hear on a morning radio show, but better.
And what's the name of the show again?
After 9 with Scott Fox.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody, excuse me, please check that out.
Yes, please do. He's great. And
I know
he's
Mel's
awesome.
a big fan. Clearly she has good taste in podcasts because here she is. But no, we strenuously invite you to go check out his show.
Strenuously. Wow. Did you hear that, Scott?
Don't strain yourself, but strenuously. Yeah, but do your warm-up exercises first so you don't pull a muscle.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone go check him out. He's great. He's got some great content. I listen to it every day because I don't listen to the news.
Right.
And he actually is a huge news source for me. So that's why I enjoy it.
Cool.
But yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very pleased to hear that and very much appreciate his giving us a shout out.
Yeah, for sure.
'Twas wonderful.
'Twas.
So, yeah, and we're recording Sunday morning because you're away for the next 3 days, yes?
Yes, I am.
Hey, where's your doggy going?
To the neighbors.
Oh.
Why, do you want her to come here instead?
Well, no and yes. Like, I've never met the dog, so I don't know if she'd eat me in my sleep.
If she would eat you in your sleep, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that first.
Yeah, funny. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't like it, but I wouldn't blame her, you know.
No, she doesn't even lick.
Oh.
She's not that kind
that's
of dog.
disappointing.
Yeah, unless you put, food on your face, then she probably would.
Who would do, yeah. I would just imagine a dog licking your face because I know how you feel about that.
She's done it.
Good.
She has done it.
I like her more and more. Yeah, so we're going to get down to it.
Let's get down to business. Oh, we totally sang different songs there.
Yeah, mine was way better.
No.
Mine was Cool in the Gang.
No.
Yes, it was. Was so. Hey.
Okay, go.
Have you ever bought scratch tickets, like lottery scratch tickets?
I love scratch tickets. I do.
Do you actually scratch the front, or are you just one of those lamos who scratches the back to see if they won?
No.
You play the game.
Oh, I gotta play. Yeah,
me too.
Especially like the bingo ones.
I call it out.
Love those.
I always have. Like when I scratch number says like B6, I go B6, B6. Got to get into the role, dude.
You would.
So anyway, here's a story here about two homeless men who bought a winning lottery scratch ticket with a stolen credit card. Oh. Have been offered a potentially life-changing deal by their victim, a share of the €500,000 jackpot if they can produce the ticket. So just for a measure, euro is more or less an American dollar in value. The situation has left legal experts scratching their heads over who is the rightful owner of the so far unclaimed winnings. The person who bought the scratch card or the person who paid for it. And will the lottery operator pay out? In what Le Parisien newspaper described as a story worthy of a film script, the homeless pair broke into a car parked in the center of Toulouse in southwest France on 3rd February this year and stole a backpack containing credit cards and identity documents belonging to a local man, the paper named only as Jean David. The victim, 42 years old, reported the theft to the police and contacted his bank to block his credit cards. He asked if the cards had been used and was informed that at 3 p.m. that day, the thieves had used one of the cards to buy goods worth €52.50 at a city center newsagent's less than 500 meters from where the car had been parked. More concerned about finding his identity papers, Jean David decided to visit the newsagents the next morning to explain what had happened and see if they had CCTV to identify the thieves. I hoped at least to get my papers back, but the newsagent said he hadn't found anything. He said he remembered the two homeless men, aged 30 to 40, coming into the shop and buying cigarettes and scratch tickets. He found their behavior suspicious because they paid with one card, then wanted to buy something else, but it hadn't gone through and they couldn't put in the code, he told police. After scratching the card and discovering they had won the maximum payout of €500,000, the overjoyed pair returned to the shop to collect their winnings and were told to contact Français de Jeu, I don't know, French game? I guess that's what it means. The company that runs France's national lottery and had produced the scratch ticket. The shop owner's wife said she doubted very much I'd find them because she'd checked the card and they had won $500,000. She said they were so happy they even forgot their 5 packets of cigarettes, as Jean-David said. Since then, the situation remains in a legal limbo. The thieves have not tried to collect their ill-gotten gains, and police in Toulouse say Français de Jeu has frozen the winning ticket while investigations continue. Jean-David has now invited the thieves to contact his lawyer. Why not find a friendly arrangement? Why not share it, he said. His lawyer, Pierre Debusson, told the local newspaper La Dépêche he believed François de Jeu would be legally obliged to unblock the winning scratch ticket if it was produced. It's out of the question they cancel it because it was bought with a stolen card, he said. Those in possession of it don't need to worry. Our proposal is simple. Without my client's money, they wouldn't have won. Without them, my client wouldn't have won. It's only logical to share it. That's a hell of a point, right?
Yep.
Because bizarrely, well, you could say like you can't profit off the, off crime. So they stole his credit card.
Right.
But it's in his own interest that they be allowed.
Absolutely.
Right, because he gets half. So €250,000 that he would have never had.
Right.
And if he's like, look, you guys bring me my documents back, my papers, we'll split this.
Absolutely. That's a pretty good compromise.
Sure it is. Absolutely. Now, whether they could still be charged, I would say yes.
Yes. Yes.
Because they did still break in.
They stid. Yes, they
well
stid.
Said. Yeah. But they can hire a good lawyer for, €250,000.
Yeah, so basically everything that they just won.
Yeah. But you're not going to jail.
Won.
So, but you do buy scratch tickets, you say?
Once in a while,
Yeah.
not that often, but we have our realtor that we've used for the last 2 houses.
Right.
Whenever he sends us cards and birthday cards and stuff like that,
Cool.
and in every card there's always a scratch ticket. And I get so excited.
Yeah. Just for you two or the kids?
No, not for the kids.
Okay.
Although Liam does enjoy scratching them and stuff.
But
He's
can't
like,
win.
if I win, can I have it? And I'm like, A, no.
Right.
B, no.
Right.
You cannot.
Your reward is doing the scratching.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I get them at Christmas. Like, I don't even buy them usually. Somebody will give me 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a winning one here for $15.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's around here somewhere.
I don't buy lottery tickets much either.
Wow.
Once in a blue moon.
What lottery tickets do you buy?
I have no idea.
Okay. I always buy Lotteria because it's the best odds.
I don't know.
I mean, they're still shit. The odds.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We buy them every once in a while, but
It's cheap too. It's $1 a line,
what's the one with the Encore?
but they all have Encore.
Do they?
Yeah.
See, this is showing you how much I know about
Yeah. It's
lottery.
It's a game unto itself.
Yeah.
But you can't. You got to play another game
Yes.
in order to get Encore.
Right.
Versteh?
Verstehe.
Capiche? Comprende?
Got you.
Yeah.
you.
So that's scratch
Bingo's
tickets.
my gambling rod.
Oh God, here we go. Bingo's a cruel mistress, so don't kid yourself. Hey, you got something for us?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring us down a little bit.
Oh God. Well, it is Sunday morning.
It is.
Sunday morning coming down.
Yeah.
Johnny Cash tune.
Coming down.
Great tune.
It's
Well,
it's a sad one, but it's still absurd.
Ooh, I like
It
it.
is absurd how some people are, and
Absurdly sad. Yeah. All right, I'm going to sit back, enjoy my coffee, and listen to Mel Regale us with a tale.
Gail.
Yeah.
On February the 19th of this year, 3 kids were found basically abandoned for years at a suburban Detroit home. A boy, 15, and 2 girls, aged 12 and 13. They had been living alone for years, police allege. Donations of clothes and money are pouring in for these 3 children, who were basically abandoned by their mother for years.
So they are siblings.
Yes.
Okay.
They were living alone in a suburban Detroit home among trash and feces, a sheriff said Tuesday. You wouldn't do this to an animal, let alone your own child, Oakland County Sheriff Mike Bouchard said. Bouchard said the mother would occasionally leave food on the porch at the Pontiac home, but lived elsewhere and had little contact with the children. She's now in jail.
Good.
Shocker.
Yeah.
While prosecutors consider filing charges.
Consider.
Police found the children Friday after a landlord said their mother was behind in paying rent and wondered if there was a problem at the house. The scene was so extreme that investigators wore hazmat suits.
Oh, God.
Like, if it's... wouldn't you know? Like, couldn't you smell that?
Who?
Outside the home at all? If it was that... Like, I've seen some of the pictures.
Right.
It's disgusting.
Well, maybe, but
Like,
I mean, who
It
would...
just seems weird that nobody was... Anyways.
Well, we live in a world of indifference.
That's true. Trash was piled in some places 3 and 4 feet high.
Oh, God.
Everything was covered with feces and trash, Bouchard said. The toilet had become non-functional.
Good.
That's the kind of situation these poor kids have been living in for years. Not just hours or days, for years. The boy indicated that he had left the house only 2 times. Once because he wanted to feel the grass. And by itself is heartbreaking, the sheriff said. Bouchard said they were basically abandoned and afraid to leave. He said the children might have been living alone for more than 4 years.
What?
Bouchard said the mother and delivery businesses would drop off food, though drivers apparently were not aware there were children inside. Their father lost contact with the kids while in prison and was barred by their mother from seeing them when he was released, the sheriff said. After just a few days, the children are making great progress with medical exams, fresh clothes, and help with hygiene, Bouchard said.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't even have words.
Well, clearly, I mean, so the boy, the oldest one, said he only left twice. So obviously they weren't going to school.
No.
Right.
And there was some sort of fear put into them by their own mother that they were not to leave the house.
I get it, but why wouldn't the school, like, they would be reported as truant? Well, why didn't they follow up with whatever Family and Child Services?
Who knows what was going on?
Well,
there.
and granted, like,
Do you think they were ever in school, though?
well, that's a good question.
Right?
Were they ever registered at all? Right.
Right. Because you think, what was the youngest one, 12?
Yeah. So if they were there
So-
4 years,
They were probably never in school.
they were 8. Yeah. Well,
That kind of
this.
stuff makes me so angry. Like, it infuriates me hearing these things. Especially because, we struggled with infertility for a very, very long time.
Right.
There was nothing more we wanted than to have children. And there are people out there that have always wanted children and have tried to have children and can't have children. And then you get pieces of shit like this that do these things. It infuriates me. It's not fair. I know.
What?
Yeah.
Do you ever seen the movie Labyrinth? David Bowie?
I don't think I have. I think I've seen maybe pieces of it, but
I might be quoting this wrong, but the girl is played by Jennifer Connelly, if you know who I mean.
yeah.
And she says, it's not fair. And he goes, you say that a lot. He goes, well, what's your basis for comparison? In other words, what is?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm not disagreeing with you in the slightest.
No.
Like, this
No, I
is
know
reprehensible.
Yeah.
And that woman should be done.
Yes.
And like where it says like she, now it doesn't sound like the father's probably top of the game either, but let's not assume just because he was in prison doesn't mean he would be a terrible parent.
No.
And
it sounds like he wasn't aware of what was going on.
right.
Either.
And how did the mother block him? Like, was there can't have been a court order because then that would make the kids in the system.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. So
Just
how hard did he really try? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously this is on the mother. She had money to send food.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah, like,
Just disgusting.
to what end?
Your own children.
Right. Yeah.
Not saying it's any better if they weren't.
Well, no,
'Cause
but you think you'd have more of an emotional attachment.
You would think so.
You know? And are these her only children?
I know.
There'd be a question. You know, does she have other houses around the greater Detroit area? You know, staffed with her progeny.
What a sin, man.
What'd you
Can't
say?
even. I said, what a sin.
Sin, eh?
Yeah, it's a newfie term. What a sin.
Yeah, I've heard the word before.
Oh, I know you've heard the word before.
Okay.
I've met you.
What is it? What does it mean in this case?
What a sin? Like, that's too bad. Like, that's really, really sad.
Oh, okay.
What a sin.
Right. Like a shame. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, that is appalling. I don't like her.
I don't like her either.
I was glad they were siblings, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I mean,
Something a little brighter than that?
well, sorta. Sorta, yeah. We're going to go to New Hampshire.
Okay.
That's in the United States country.
Okay. United States country.
Yeah, it's in the Northeast
That place.
somewhere. We're going to go to a town, never heard of it, of course, called Keene, New Hampshire. A Keene, New Hampshire woman was arrested Friday after police say she contaminated food at a New Hampshire grocery store with her urine and posted videos online.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
Kelly Tedford, 23 years old, is charged with felony criminal mischief. Keene police said Tedford posted videos online showing her contaminating food and surfaces with her urine at the Monadnock Food Co-op in Keene. The store said the alleged incident happened February 10th this year. Keene police said they found similar videos posted online that appear to show Tedford contaminating items and surfaces with her urine in Keene and surrounding communities dating back to 2021.
Yeah.
So when she was like 19. In response to the investigation, the Monadnock Food Co-op issued a recall of several organic foods, including quinoa, cornmeal, polenta, coconut shreds, and raw walnuts, purchased from February 10th through February 15th. I don't really like quinoa.
I don't at all.
Cornmeal, sure. Polenta, good
Cornmeal.
time.
All I think of are cornmeal muffins.
You like them?
Oh, so good.
Coconut shreds, love coconut. And walnuts, love walnuts.
Love walnuts.
So the affected items were immediately removed from shelves and all surfaces were sanitized. Damn right, burn the place down.
It was only peed on half of this.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Kill it with fire. Anyone who purchased affected items is asked to dispose of them and go to the food co-op for a refund. The store said it reached out to members who purchased at-risk products and that no fresh produce, meat, seafood, prepared foods, or refrigerated products were affected. Authorities said the food co-op lost about $1,500 in destroyed merchandise and cleaning costs.
That's not that much.
It's not bad, you know, like it would still suck.
Yeah.
But Tedford was released on personal recognizance bail and is scheduled to appear at the 8th Circuit Court in Keene for arraignment on April 7th. Keene police are still investigating. Now, I was thinking about this. What would be the possible motivations? Like, is it vendetta? Is it payback against the stores? Because it was not just one store. She'd been doing this in different communities for several years. Or is it some kind of like fetishy paraphilia kind of thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leaving your mark, your scent, or whatever you want to call it.
I don't know.
But do you remember way back, I did a story, I think it was in Indiana, and it was like a Dollar Tree or some kind of store, where some dude was going in and peeing in candles. Remember the little girl, like she picked it up
Oh, yes.
and got it all over her?
I blocked that out of my mind.
Well, it's
Yes.
back. It's back, open wide. So I don't know. It's obviously a thing.
I guess so. But is it more like a power thing too? Like,
How do you mean?
you ate some of my pee.
Oh, right.
Right?
Well, still though, that still strikes me as, and not sexual necessarily, but
Right.
quasi-sexual.
Sure. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What
I
the
don't.
hell? I'm not anti-pee. Like we all got to do it. You know, you'll be in bad trouble if you don't.
Oh, right. Yes.
But
yeah.
probably better places than on store products and
Probably.
shelves and stuff.
Probably.
How did you bring it in jars or something?
Or she just like put a loaf of bread on the floor and just pee on it.
That'd be pretty obvious, though, wouldn't it?
I would think.
You know, like granted, I've always been a guy, but it's still pretty hard to pee as a guy and be nonchalant about it.
Yeah, have no one
know?
see you.
And more so for women,
Yeah.
right? It's a little more of a process
Yeah.
to get into position.
To get into position.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but anyway, so
It's
if you
really sad. I'm really trying to figure this out in my head, how I could pee on something without anyone noticing.
like short of bringing it in a container or something,
Right.
like right.
I
from
mean,
the source.
unless you're like wearing a skirt and you just stand there.
Right, but it's got to assume that it's below the height of your urethra.
Right.
If it's up on a shelf,
Yeah, I don't.
like,
There's
did
no
she do a
pee cannon.
cartwheel while she was peeing?
Yeah.
Like,
Like a sprinkler.
yeah, it doesn't work like that. I'm pretty sure. You know. Sorry, what was that noise? Yeah, you can't do it. Yeah, that's it. God. Yeah. So if you're up in New Hampshire, yeah, it is up from here. And you're going to whatever this food co-op was, give it a sniff. You know,
Give it a sniff
check
and
it
a
out.
lick.
Yeah, check it out before you buy. You know,
Sniff and a lick.
if there's no smell, it's all well, or something like that. Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay, we're going down the wrong path.
Oh, no. Yeah. Think I should leave that in?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Let's go away from New Hampshire.
Yeah, let's go away from pee-pee.
All right. So you got a story for us?
I do.
Is it sad? Is it as sad as your other story?
Well, it's a different kind.
A
Let's
different
put it that
kind
way.
of sadness.
Different kind of sadness.
I see. Okay.
Doesn't deal with children.
Okay, well, does it deal with animals?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, please.
Okay, can I go
ahead.
now?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Henry Zieglin was born in 1861 in Honey Grove, Texas. And
Honey Grove.
Honey Grove.
That's a good sounding name. I like it.
And never mind. And grew up on a family farm.
Uh-huh.
When Henry's parents died, he inherited their farm and lived there. In 1878, what's wrong?
No, I was
You're
just
counting in your
No, I
head?
was just saying Honey Grove in my head. Sorry.
Okay. In 1878, Henry Zieglin began dating Charla Karras. And at the time, she began living with Henry on his farm. In 1881, Henry was living with Charla at her home.
Ooh, were they married?
Well, I don't know. No, they weren't.
Oh.
I know. Living in sin.
Yeah, big sin.
Yeah. Different kind of what a sin.
Yeah, good sin.
So he was living at her home, and he gave up his farm because he was living with her to his brother Jacob Zieglin.
Nice guy.
In 1883, after dating Charla for 5 years, Henry walked out on her, leaving her and buying back his farm from his brother, who had sold it to another owner. Charla was so heartbroken over this breakup that she ended up committing suicide.
Oh, man.
Her brother, James Karras, was so angered by this. So, like any good brother, decided to go murder Henry Zieglin.
Why wouldn't you?
While Henry was out in his barn tending to his horses, James had sneaked into his barn and pulled out a gun and shot Henry. However, it only grazed his cheek and plummeted into a tree behind his barn.
Okay.
Not wanting to die, Henry played dead, so James would think he was dead.
Good move.
James believed he had killed Henry, and then decided to shoot himself in the head.
Really?
Yeah. So there.
Okay.
But Henry lived, so he was fine. Yeah. Henry carried on with his life. He got married and had children and lived a normal life.
Yeah.
On June 5th, 1903, Henry wanted to remove the same tree where the bullet was lodged. With the help of his brother, they tried chopping it down with an axe, but the tree was so thick that it would take a long time before the tree would fall. So, Henry decided to use dynamite to blow out the tree.
Why would you not?
He tied 3 sticks of dynamite to the tree and lit them. The tree exploded, but due to the velocity of the explosion, the bullet that was nestled inside of the tree from when James had shot it 20 years ago was plunged towards Henry Zieglin, hitting him in the temple, killing him instantly.
No way.
So, James still killed him.
Yeah,
it just, delayed a little bit.
Wonder if so the tree was like an accessory.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's weird, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
It is kind of like.
It is cool. It's,
now, did Henry have it coming? I wouldn't say so.
No.
Like
it was a breakup. Dude was angry that his sister was sad and killed herself.
Yeah, and
he's mad, so he wanted to. I mean, I get it. I get it. Maybe not go kill somebody.
Yeah, that's probably a little.
I understand the want for revenge a little bit.
Sure, but I mean, the choice to commit suicide on her part.
Yeah, that was weird.
Was hers.
That's
well, I mean, it's not. It's an old story, but it's always struck me as like, okay, so you're in my perspective. Let's say, man, you come home and you find, I find my I don't want to say my woman. You know what I mean? But
my woman.
Like my wife, girlfriend, whatever, in bed with another dude.
Right.
Who am I going to be pissed off at the most? Her.
Yeah.
Not him.
Right.
Like,
but that's where people tend to go.
Right. I'd be like, get your ass out of here.
He's actually not, I shouldn't say he's not in the harm, but it's such a small piece of that puzzle.
But I mean, adultery, which I'm not really keen on that word, to be honest, can't be committed by someone who isn't in a relationship.
Right.
So if you're the other guy in that situation, you're not committing adultery.
No, you're not.
She is.
I mean, unless you are.
Well,
but
that's right. But not necessarily. But not in the context of that situation.
Right.
Right. So this woman killing herself, like, I'm not saying that's not a good response, but it's hardly new. Sure. Romance tales are fraught with things like that. Yeah. But yeah, the brother then should have been like, okay, I hate this Henry, he's a dick, but maybe killing him and myself isn't a good solution.
Yeah, why he had to kill himself was a little.
Unless you figured, I'm going to go to. Maybe it was an act of passion.
Yeah, and he figured I just committed murder, so I'm going to be in trouble. So I might as well just off myself.
And I don't know what the jails were like in the 1880s, but I'm going to imagine they weren't awesome.
No.
Probably no pool tables and television.
Probably not.
Or like.
It was probably one of those like, what do you call them? Where they used to keep potatoes years and years ago. What'd you call them? Oh my gosh, the word's completely gone.
A cellar? A root cellar?
Root cellar.
Oh, okay.
Root cellar.
Right. Now, okay, everybody get outside. It's time for your 2 p.m. sodomy. Like, it would be ghastly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting tale. That's interesting. Well, I guess the lesson here is A, don't kill people, first and foremost.
Yeah. Have better aim.
Is 3 sticks of dynamite too much to blow up a tree? I don't know.
I don't know. Depends on how big that tree was.
Yeah. That can't be a good idea. How would you know where the tree's going to drop then? Yeah. Right?
Like, I know what would be cool. Let's blow it up.
I mean, I'm all for explosions, but yeah, it was a bad idea.
It was a bad idea.
Certainly for Henry, it did not work out well. Yeah, so that was in Texas, eh? Good old Texas. Honey Grove, Texas.
Have you ever been to Texas?
I have.
Yeah?
To Dallas. I can't do the theme song for Dallas. Do 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 do. Do you know what show I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that's actually where Dolly Parton was on the airplane from Vegas to Dallas when I talked to her. Hey, by the way,
Yes.
Remember how I can't be on Reddit?
Yeah.
I'm back
Are
on
you?
Reddit. Yeah.
How?
I use my old phone to set up.
Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So I'm not going to get in any more arguments,
Yeah.
you know, and only use it for good. Well, I was using it for good before,
Sure.
but it's a little bit fascist the way some of them run their groups, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm back.
Oh God.
Yeah, dude.
Look out.
Look out, indeed. Yeah, so you're off to Oakville shortly.
Off to Oakville, and then tomorrow we're heading out to Niagara Falls for
right.
a few days.
You gonna do the Maid of the Mist?
No.
Really?
I've never done it.
No.
And I'm not going to do it this time of year.
Have you ever? No, I don't even know if it runs this time of year. Have you ever done the jet boat?
No.
You don't want to do that this time of year,
No.
but you've got to do it in your life.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It's like where the water comes right on up over.
Oh,
isn't
you're gonna
it?
get dummied.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you don't go up by the falls. You go up as far as you go through the rapids.
Right.
And to the big whirlpool.
Yeah.
And if you watch, the bubbles aren't coming up from the bottom.
Okay.
They're going down. And in
Great.
fact, if you go over the side with your life jacket on, it ain't gonna matter. And then you watch the
Sounds wonderful.
You watch the crew of this boat walking around along the gunwales, like, the edge of the boat, not hanging on to anything. And I'm like, there is no way I would ever do that.
No.
Like, if it's either that or I'm going to shoot you, please shoot me. Because it'll be over quicker and I won't have to stand up.
That's right.
But it's very cool. And you go really fast. And you do these wicked 90-degree turns.
Yeah.
And I did it as part of a school trip when I was teaching up north. And this one student of mine, her name was Chelsea. She's quite short. And I'm like, okay, you're sitting in front of me, or behind me rather, and because you wear big rain slickers, and a wall of water came over the boat and just like smashed me back into my seat. And which is kind of awesome.
Yeah.
But then you're like, okay, so every bit of pollution that goes into Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Erie is in this water. Because all the four of those Great Lakes empty through the Niagara River.
Delicious.
Oh, yeah, dude. Cut that water with a knife.
Well, I'll be in like a pool of pea water, so.
Excuse
Speaking
me?
of more pee.
Oh, because you're going to some kiddie resort?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it Grey Wolf?
No, we're going to the Americana.
Okay.
It's same, but a bit smaller and way more affordable.
Right. But
Great
it's on the
Wolf Lodge
Canadian
is
side.
Crazy. Oh yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Right. So you got anything to share with our lovely absurdians before we cut out?
Cut it out.
You
Who used to
cut it.
do that?
I don't know.
Cut it out.
Butchers?
No, it was on a show.
Surgeons?
I gotta look it up.
Yeah, right. You look it up now?
I'm looking it up.
Right. So you looked it up. What's the name of this fascinating show?
It's Full House.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Joey who did it. I didn't even go cut it out.
mercifully, I'm too old to have watched that show. Is that the one with the Olsen twins on it?
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then the one girl, though, is married to an NHL hockey player.
Candace Cameron?
No.
No.
What's the other one's name?
Jodie Sweeney.
I think that's it.
Wow, I remember all these names. This
Yeah,
is kind of
it's-
sad.
Kinda.
John Stamos.
Boo. He's
John Stamos.
evil.
I remember the poster I had on my wall of him. He had his nice flowing mullet.
Am I having deja vu? Did we talk about this the other night?
We talked about John Stamos, yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Because if I dreamt that, I need to check myself in.
And
Bob Saget.
Bob Saget.
He died, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Apparently his stand-up was just foul.
Oh, 100%.
I've never actually seen it, but
Oh,
apparently
really?
he was foul.
Did you ever watch the movie Half Baked with oh God, he did like the James Brown, or not James Brown, Rick James, Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah.
It's a funny movie, but
Yeah.
Bob Saget has a small part in there at like a Drugs Anonymous kind of meeting or something. And Chappelle goes there for marijuana. They're like, marijuana? What are you even doing here? I can't go into it in our podcast here.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that was a massive detour.
Yeah,
Now
it
we're back
was.
on the main
Yeah,
road
yeah.
again.
We'll come back here.
God, that was muddy. You got something you want to say to our
Yes.
Absurdians, our lovely
Yeah.
listeners?
We would love it if you guys would check us out on our website at theabsurdpodcast.ca, and you can find our links there to Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, all the places that we have our podcasts up.
Yeah, we'd love for you to follow us on Insta and or Facebook, but mostly what we want is for you to listen to us.
Yes.
Which you obviously are. You're not hearing me say that. But we'd really love for you to share our show with some people you know. Hey, that rhymed. God, that was good. And give us a review if you have a moment. That would be wonderful.
Yes, please.
Preferably 5-star would be appreciated. We're open to feedback.
Yep.
Absolutely.
For sure.
If you have something you'd like to suggest for a story, contact us through Facebook Messenger or Insta. We're also on TikTok now, slowly building a channel. And of course, like we said at the beginning of last week's episode, if you'd like to be on the show to present a story, let us know. And we can probably put something together.
Yep, for sure.
So anyway, thank you again, everyone, for listening. And hopefully you have a great week. And take care of yourselves and one another.
Bye.
Goodbye.
The Absurd Podcast is written, produced, and recorded by Rod and Mel. Music by Audionautics.com.